So Brian, you're here with us today at Make Your Marketing Matter. Thanks so much for coming up.
Thanks for having me.
We introduced people to inbound marketing. A lot of folks up here are just starting to hear the term. Let's start off with a definition. Tell me a little bit, what is inbound marketing in a nutshell?
Yeah, the traditional marketing playbook is you buy a list and you email people, you hire sales reps and you cold call people, and you go to the big trade show and you hire the PR firm. And my aha really was that people are sick of being marketed to and really good at blocking it out, whether that's caller ID or spam protection or ad blocker software or your DVR. It's just darn hard to break through to a human these days. And the idea of inbound marketing is, how do you flip it on its head, and how do you match the way you market with the way humans actually shop for things and buy things? How do you pull them in from Google and through social and blogs and really get those two things to match?
So a lot of these folks probably already have a website up, and one of the questions is, do I have to do a new website? Like, do I have to throw everything away and start from scratch? What do you think?
No. I think of website as a really fancy brochure online, typically. And it's pretty static. It doesn't change much. It's an online brochure. What they need to do is think about their website in a slightly different way. First, their website should be much broader in the way they think about it. So your website is what's on your site, what are the links coming in from other sites, it's what's happening in Google and social. Your website should be writ large, a much different, broader thing. And you should spend 20% of your time on your website, 80% of your time on the stuff happening on your website, pushing people on it. Second thing about your website is you should turn it from an online brochure into a living, breathing, changing thing. So you should add to it remarkable content. And I think adding a blog to it's a good way to go. blog.yourwebsite.com. And that gives it fresh content and unique perspective, and have those blog articles linked to landing pages. And so you'll have over time a traditional website, and I use that word traditional. Maybe 25% of your traffic will go to your website. And then you want to build this content marketing, inbound marketing machine, which is really your blog and your landing pages, which is pulling new visitors in and converting them to leads. 75% eventually of your visitors are on this thing. So you've still got your brochure, you still got your website. You want to build this content marketing engine off to the side of it that turns into a customer machine for you.
So your website is no longer an individual building, it's kind of a village now, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's a hub, and everyone's around the internet and they're pointing back to the hub.
Okay. So with all this digital stuff, traditionally you bought an ad, you placed the ad ran, it was done.
Yep.
Same thing with magazine, TV, radio, it was all sort of finite. With this digital stuff, it takes time. How long until a company starts seeing results?
Mm-hmm. About 3 months before they're starting to see results. If they put their nose to the ground and do what HubSpot tells them to do. In a few months they're starting.
What I tell them to do.
Yeah, in a few months they're getting cranking and seeing real results. Within a year they're really cranking. So what I like to look at is how many unique visitors does the site get per month, and then what percentage of those visitors convert into qualified leads. And our average customer within a year is 5xing the top of that. So if they get 1,000 a month today, they're at 5,000, and they're dramatically increasing that conversion rate between visitor and lead. And that's the game you want to play. How do I stretch the top and increase the middle as well? And that really transforms their business. Really starts growing much faster. It's a totally different game when you can do that.
So another question, does a company have to do all the pieces of inbound marketing at the same time? Do they have to do the blog and the landing pages and the calls to action and the email? Do they have to do, is it a wholesale package, or can you ease in? Can you find a road in? Can you focus on one or two of those things? You
can go step by step. Like most, the long pole in the tent, the new muscle group people have to develop is this idea of creating new content and really getting a lot more content out there. Each piece of content you create is like a mini magnet that pulls in customers. So the more blog articles you have that are remarkable, that have links into them, they're getting retweeted and liked on Facebook, those articles become mini magnets for potential customers. That's the hard part. You have to get good at that hard part. People spend too much time worrying about getting their email marketing right. So email marketing's gone through a revolution. It used to be you had a big database and you would pound the same email to everyone in the database. It's moved from email marketing to marketing automation, where you can segment that database and nurture people with very personalized messages. That's going to work. It's going to improve your conversion rate, it's going to up your rate, and it's going to help your business. But if you can get content marketing, inbound marketing right, and get that top of the funnel right, it doesn't improve it, it transforms it.
Okay. So one of the things I hear from business owners a lot is, we work in a really boring industry.
Yep.
How do I create content?
Yeah, there's a guy up here in New Hampshire, actually, Lewis, his name escapes me, but he's in the business of making very specialized fences for people who run llama farms. It's an exceptionally boring business. And he had a very local business. He had a brochure-like website. It was a billboard in the desert. No one ever visited his website. And he had some customers in New Hampshire and Vermont. And he's embraced inbound content marketing, and he's got the world's best blog for llama farmers. And now he's got business in China and in New Zealand, and he is the world's biggest supplier of specialized llama fences. So it may be boring to you, but his content is very exciting to someone who's buying a llama fence. So I don't think there's really any boring business out there.
Right, because there's a great example through that we've seen at Inbound so many times. It's Marcus Sheridan, right?
Yes.
The
Swimming pools.
Swimming pools. Somebody who made swimming pools really interesting.
Yes.
And changed his business.
Yeah, when you think about swimming pools, he had a brochure-like website, and then he started blogging about, he basically answered the questions people have about a swimming pool. In-ground versus outground. In-ground versus above ground. How much fence should I have around it? What kind of filter should I have? He answered all the mundane but important questions you have when you're thinking about buying a pool. Right. And he ranks for all those terms in Google. He dominates in Twitter and Facebook. It just works.
And what if you don't have all those players in-house, right? So that's a whole different skill set. That's a whole different staff. Yep. A lot of the business owners I talk to are running small and medium-sized businesses. They don't have 5 or 7 or 9 people marketing staffs. Sure. How do you execute this?
First thing, I don't think you need a ton of people to do this. The inbound is much more about the width of your brain than the width of your wallet. It doesn't cost a lot of money. And there's lots of great agencies, including Savoir Faire out there, who do a really nice job of helping people build that content marketing engine and grow their business. So it's something that 5 or 6 years ago you couldn't really outsource, but today there's some awesome agencies out there that can really help.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.